From WFTV, this is Channel 9 Eyewitness News at 5. Coverage you can count on.
A deadly shooting in a downtown high-rise. Police say a disgruntled ex-employee walked into this building with a gun and shot 6 of his former co-workers.
Because they left me to rot.
And Channel 9 was there when a SWAT team caught the accused shooter hiding in his mother's apartment.
Was he putting up any kind of fight?
No, what kind of fight you gonna put up against that many police?
The hunt for that shooter led to schools being locked down and even I-4 being shut down.
Police say minutes after 11 o'clock this morning, the suspect, 40-year-old Jason Rodriguez, walked into the Gateway Center. That's on Legion's Place Road, right off Orange Avenue near I-4. In all, he shot 6 people. 1 was killed. The other 5 were hospitalized. Right now, Rodriguez is at Orlando Police Headquarters, but police haven't questioned him yet. Central Florida's largest team of reporters is covering this story from the shooting scene to the apartment where Rodriguez was caught. We start with Channel 9's Kathy Bellich. Kathy?
Well, this is what police are telling us. The deadly rampage started sometime after 11 o'clock this morning at Rodriguez's old office at the Gateway Center building downtown, and seconds later, panic and confusion followed. Nearly 100 Orlando police officers, Orlando firefighters, and ambulance workers were in the high-rise office building at one point, searching for survivors of the shooting, not knowing whether the gunman was still there, who he was, or where he was. Initial reports were that as many as 17 people needed treatment of some kind, and that 2 shooting victims showed no sign of life when emergency workers first got to them. Soon afterward, investigators found out some eyewitnesses knew the gunman. They told police he is 40-year-old Jason Rodriguez, who worked for Reynolds Smith and Hills Incorporated, an engineering firm in the Gateway Center. The firm says Rodriguez was laid off 2 years ago for performance problems. Channel 9 has learned all the shooting victims were shot in the engineering firm's 8th floor office, but one of the shooting victims was found in a stairwell nearby. A source told Channel 9 Rodriguez apparently had gone to his mother's home at the Hollowbrook Apartments near Curry Ford and 436 soon after the shooting. She knew nothing about it and left home. Later, she found out what had happened and that the police were looking for her son, so she called them and told them where he was and that he was alone in her apartment. Court records show Rodriguez's life has been unraveling over the last several years. A divorce, a drastic drop in income to under $4,000 the first half of this year, and bankruptcy. He went from working at engineering firms on the Florida Turnpike to working at a Subway restaurant in Orange County. What started as a frenzied, horrific rampage ended in an eerily quiet way. Rodriguez gave himself up quietly without a fight, and he told Channel 9 that he was not angry with his former employer at the Gateway Center. Marty?
All right, thanks, Kathy. There is still a strong police presence near the scene of the downtown shootings. This is a live look from Sky Witness at the Gateway Center on 1000 Legion's Place. The area is no longer blocked off, but FBI agents have joined police on the scene. And as you can see there, I-4 is back open and traffic is moving back to speed.
Right now, Jason Rodriguez is still at Orlando Police Headquarters. We saw police bringing him in handcuffs about 2:30 this afternoon. Channel 9's George Spencer was there and saw Rodriguez face to face. And George, he talked to you too.
Yeah, Bob, so often suspects are silent as they're walked into a police department for questioning. Rodriguez said probably only 5 or 6 words total as he was walked in through these back glass doors at the OPD headquarters. But what he said was telling. He told us like he felt like he had been left to rot, and in person you could see he was visibly angry.
Why did you do it?
It is the question everyone in Central Florida wanted to ask Jason Rodriguez this afternoon after a deadly rampage this morning. His answers were not specific, but it seems quite clear that he was referencing the employer who had fired him 2 years ago when he said he'd been rotting.
Why'd you do it? Because they left me to rot.
They left you to rot? You're mad at your employers?
No, I'm not. I'm angry.
Tonight, sources say investigators are likely trying to figure out what gun Rodriguez would have used in this crime and how he could have gotten a hold of it. So far, he hasn't admitted to anything.
Do you have a confession?
We haven't even begun to talk to him yet.
How long those talks could take likely depends upon his state of mind and whether he gets an attorney. If and when he is formally charged, only then would he be transported to the 33rd Street Jail. But police say their work is only beginning.
We've got a lot of work to do. It doesn't end just because he's in custody.
Police are waiting to gather all of their facts and really to get their storyline straight before they take Rodriguez alone into that questioning room. That could take some time. We have seen several members of the SWAT team arriving back here tonight just within the past 10 minutes to OPD headquarters. Police spokespeople have told us that even if there is surveillance video of this shooting from that office building, they will not be releasing it, at least not immediately. Live right now at OPD headquarters in downtown Orlando, George Spencer, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
And we were on the scene when a SWAT team captured Jason Rodriguez. Skywitness 9 was flying overhead when the SWAT team entered his mother's apartment, and he came out in handcuffs. Channel 9's Jason Allen continues our live team coverage at the apartment off Curry Ford Road near 436. Jason?
Police are still here tonight. They have the entrance blocked off to the apartments. They are only letting residents in and out. Many of the residents were here this afternoon. They were watching everything unfold on TV or talking to relatives on the phone about what was happening, only to see police start pulling in. A rush of police officers. It was the first sign to residents of the Hollowbrook apartments that they might be involved in the search for a suspect in the afternoon shooting. SWAT teams and K-9 teams stormed the complex, shocking residents.
And all of a sudden, we're looking out the window and we see SWAT come in and the dogs come in and we're like, but why they're in here? And all of a sudden we see the gray Nissan and we're like, oh my God.
It only took minutes, though, for officers to find Jason Rodriguez in his mother's apartment. They made sure he couldn't get into his truck, and then they moved in. And he came out quietly with no fight, no struggle, no problem for officers.
What kind of fight you gonna put up against that many police?
Did you see him? Did you know he was hiding in there before the police showed up?
No, I didn't know he was hiding in there.
Neighbors said Rodriguez had been in the apartment for about 6 weeks, but they said he was often acting strangely. He sat in his truck for long periods of time in the parking lot listening to music.
It instilled some fear in me to the point where it's shooken me up. It could have very well been myself.
Officers on the scene would not say if Rodriguez was armed inside the apartment when they went in today, only that they had no problem and that no one was hurt arresting him. Reporting live on Curry Ford Road, Jason Allen, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
4 of the wounded patients are being treated right now at Orlando Regional Medical Center, and that's where we continue our team coverage now with Channel 9's Eric Rasmussen. Eric, how are they doing?
Bob, remarkably well when you consider the fact that, of course, all 4 of these people were hit with gunshots. We know at least one of the victims is in the hospital right now in surgery. The other 3 may still need surgery, but now they're all expected to get through this. 3 men and 1 woman came to ORMC. Ambulances rushed them a short distance down Orange Avenue into the emergency room.
It's not right. It's not right.
One of them, Camille Prevalon's uncle. She said he was shot in the back.
How can people be so heartless? You know, life is too short. He's a wonderful person.
Soon after the shooting, security guards watched the entrance to the ER as the hospital went into what it called mass casualty mode, not knowing how many victims might be coming in from the shooting. Later, ORMC remained on alert, but no lockdown. Some of the victims had been reported in critical condition, but now the hospital says all 4, ages 23 to 49, are expected to survive.
I'm pretty sure he'll get through it because he is a strong person.
And in the last few minutes, we actually got a little more information about one of the victims that's here at ORMC tonight. We're told he's a DOT employee. He was at this company's engineering office on official DOT business. Again, we're hearing that all 4 of the victims here are stabilized and they're expected to get through this. We're live here at ORMC in Orlando. Eric Rasmussen, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
Governor Charlie Crist arrived at the scene of the shooting earlier this afternoon.
Governor, what's the reason you are here? You came just to console everybody?
To show concern and that it matters that we all work together. You know, whether you're the mayor or the chief of police or the commissioner of the Florida Department of Law Enforcement, teamwork is what is most important at a moment like this. Everybody comes together for the best interests of the citizens of our state and this great city.
The governor told Eyewitness News he was on his way to open a medical facility in Tampa when he heard about the shooting. He commended the Orlando Police Department for quick action in catching the suspect.
Eyewitness News has every angle of the deadly downtown shooting covered. The hunt for the gunman shut down I-4 for hours. We'll take you inside the traffic mess. And Channel 9's Ryan Hughes was first on the scene. His incredible look at the chaos and unprecedented police presence is next.
Winds are still gusty here in Central Florida. It's just the beginning. How Ida could be a big player in our local weather coming up.